Hi friends, welcome to Science Jagat. So in this video we are going to discuss about anchoring junction, and this video is the second part of cell junction. In the first part we have discussed about tight junction and little introduction about cell junction. So we are going to cover what are cell junctions, its types, structure and function. So let's start. Anchoring junction. So it is a type of junction by which a group of cells are joined together into strong and structural units. So like if there are different cells, they would be joined by this junction, anchoring junction. So this will help single cell to form a tissue and then tissues to help form an organ and to maintain the integrity, right? Okay, so and this all joining is done with the help of cytoskeleton. So this type of junction is situated below the zone of tight junction and widely distributed in different tissues, and they are most abundant in the tissues which are subjected to mechanical strength, like the cornea of our eye, skin epithelium, neck, uterus, cardiac muscles, vagina, etc. So let's see what are the functions. So apart from anchoring, they also play very critical roles in different things, like they stabilize the position of cell, provide stability, rigidity and support tissue's integrity by holding the cell sheets together. They form tight seal around the neighboring cells, restricting the flow of molecules between one cell to the another or from one side of the cell to the another side of the cell. Okay. They also regulate the mobility of cell and also the tissues in extracellular matrix through their substances. So what is the basic structure? They have two main structural features. First is the transmembrane cell adhesion molecule. We call it as CAM, C-A-M, or adhesion receptors like cadherins, integrins. They link the lateral surface of one cell to another or the basal surface of the cell to the extracellular matrix. Then intracellular adaptive protein like vinculin, alpha-actinin and some filaments connect the adhesion molecules to the cytoskeleton. So let's see what are the types of adherence junction, and they are classified according to the filaments used for the attachment. Fine. So when we use this actin filament, there are two types of junctions, that is adherence junction and focal adhesion. Adherence is cell-to-cell junction and focal adhesion is cell-to-matrix. The matrix is extracellular matrix. Okay. And intermediate filaments, we use desmosomes, that is a cell-to-cell connection, and hemidesmosomes, that is a cell-to-matrix connection. So let's see what are the types of anchoring junction. So first is adherence junction and desmosomes. So as you can see here, adherence junction, they have cadherin, that is a linker protein, and actin filament and intracellular space between the plasma membrane of two different cells. There is a desmosome which make a plaque-like structure, this pink one, right? Plaque-like structure, they have intermediate filaments, that is keratin, a linker protein and intracellular space. Now these adherence junctions hold the cell together with the help of the cadherin family. Now comes the focal adhesion. Hemidesmosomes. They bind cells to the extracellular matrix and with the help of the proteinase integrin family. So in focal adhesion you can see the filaments is intracellular filaments, right? That is the intermediate filament, and the hemidesmosomes have a linker protein, that is integrin. So let's elaborate the adhesive junctions. So there are two types of junctions which we have already seen: adherence junction, desmosomes. Adherence junction is also called as zonular adherence, or they are also called as belt desmosomes, and they form a belt-like structure on the epithelial cells of the intestine, and they are present on the apical portion of the cell and bind the surrounding cells together. So the junction are formed by calcium dependent linkage of cadherin protein and molecules, and they cement the cell by providing a pathway for signals from cell exterior to the cytoplasm. Now, the desmosomes, also called as macular adherents. So these macular adherents are disc-shaped adhesive junctions found in varieties of tissues like skin, uterine cervix, and cardiac muscles, and subjected to mechanical stress. So they also have cadherin for binding of cells. So here is the description of zonular adherents. As you can see here, it is also known as intermediate junction or belt desmosomes, and these are the plasma membrane of two different cells. So it is present just beneath the tight junction or zonal occludence. Fine. The gap between the two plasma membrane of different cells is around 15 to 20 nm, and it is filled with electron dense plaque glycoprotein, which is localized in the membrane, and that is called as CAM or E-cadherin. As you can see here, E-cadherin. These green portions or spikes are E-cadherins. Fine. And on the other side of the cell, on the interior side of the cell, there are different filaments which are present, right? So that are myosin, tropomyosin, alpha actinin, actin filaments, vinculin, and catenins. So in this yellow plate is made up of actin filament, and alpha actinin are these red loops which are holding two actin filaments together. This vinculin make loop-like structure and join these actin filaments in the extracellular cadherins, and same catenin also help and make loop-like structure to hold actin filament, and they also help in joining of these actin filament with the cadherins present at the extracellular space or intracellular space between two cells, right? They are mostly present in fibroblast, smooth muscle cells and epithelial cells, and they form a disc-like structure. Now comes the desmosomes. They are also called as spot desmosomes or maculae adherents, and they look like a button because they form plaques, and they are present between the plasma membrane, which are separated by around 30 to 50 nm space. So they are found in most the tissues which are subjected to mechanical stress, like bladder tissues, gastrointestinal mucosa, epithelial tissues, cardiac, with the muscle cells or the cells which are working continuously, right? So they are present on those cells. Blood vessels, air sacs of lungs, esophagus, right? So what are desmosomes made up of? These are made up of intermediate filament complex, that is DIFC, and this complex is made up of cadherin, a linker protein, and some intermediate filaments. So let's see the structure of DIFC network. It consists of an extracellular core region that is called as desmoglia. This region is called as desmoglia, fine, and it is approximately 34 nm in length, containing the cadherin family of cells adhesion protein, and the proteins are desmoglein and desmocholine. Okay, so the outer dense plaque is about 15 to 20 nm in length and contain intracellular ends of desmocholine and desmoglein, the end terminus. So here N terminal is present of desmocholine and desmoglein, and it makes a portion of desmoplakin. Together they make a portion desmoplakin, and the armadillo family protein plakoglobin and plakophilin is also present in this space. Now inner dense plaque is about 15 to 20 nm in length, and they contain the C terminus. Inside these protein structure have their C terminus. Fine. So this C terminus portion of desmoplakin and their attachment to keratin intermediate. So these blue portions are the intermediate filament, that is the keratin, or a single intermediate filament thread is called as the tonofilament. Fine. So desmoplakin is most abundant in desmosomes and it acts as the moderator between the cadherin protein in the plasma membrane and the keratin filament. So these desmoplakin, which is made up of two proteins, that is desmoglein and desmocholine, they join together to form desmoplakin, and this desmoplakin is helping cadherin and the intermediate filament to join together. So what are the functions of desmosomes? They provide strong adhesion between adjacent cells and spots holding the tissues together. They provide or mediate this direct cell-to-cell contact for intermediate filaments and essential for maintaining tissue integrity. They are also found to affect the cadherin protein based intracellular signaling pathways. Okay, so they are connected with intermediate filament like keratin, and these filament, a single filament is around 8 to 12 nm in diameter, and we call a single filament tonofilament. When these tonofilament join together, they form keratin filament. Fine. So the type of intermediate filament joined desmosomes depends on the cell type, and the structure of the desmosome is very complex. The disc shape which they form is around 0.5 μm, and the intracellular attachment protein is called as desmoplakins. See, you can see it is desmoplakin. This is the intracellular attachment. This blue structure is the keratin, and this whole structure forms a disc-like structure. So each place is connected with a thick network of intermediate filament that passes along the surface plaques, and these transmembrane linker glycoproteins called desmoglein bind to the plaques. Now these are the desmogleins which binds to the plaque of another cell. Okay. Comes hemidesmosomes. So these are also called as half desmosomes, and they resemble spot desmosome. They are also present at the places which are in continuous mechanical stress, and these are skin, cornea, gastrointestinal tract, respiratory tract, esophagus, amnion, vagina, and the anchor extracellular protein which is present in hemidesmosome is collagen with some other proteins. The transmembrane linker protein integrin is at its core, which spans the cell membrane, connects the extracellular component of the intracellular cytoskeleton. So in the structure, there is present an integrin alpha 6 beta 4 which forms bridge between the two cells. This is the plasma membrane. This is lamina lucida, lamina densa, which is the part of basement membrane. This is the extracellular space of the cell, and here it is present integrin alpha 6 beta 4, which is making a bridge, and the lamina densa of the basement membrane, creating a stable connections. So on the intracellular side, this is the intracellular side. Okay. The cytoplasmic tail of integrins bind to various cytoskeletons. So these integrins tail is helping to bind, see, cytoskeletons such as the keratin intermediate filament here to provide stability. Other than integrin, there are two more proteins which are present, that is BP230 and plankton. So collagen, known as bullous pemphigoid antigen isoform BPAG2, BP180, is also a transmembrane protein, and it contributes to the overall strength of hemidesmosomes. And in addition to these, BP230 is also present, which help in anchoring of integrins to the intermediate filament, and at the same time plankton serves as a linker between integrin and intermediate filament. This is the plankton, this is BP20. They are helping this integrin alpha 6 beta 4 to join and make a bridge. Okay, so what are the functions of hemidesmosomes? It maintains tissue integrity and stability. They act as a glue which attach epithelial cells to the underlying basement membrane, forming a protective outer layer of various organs. And this connection is crucial in tissues subjected to abrasion or mechanical stress. So here is the difference between the structures of all the three anchoring junctions. See, this is the desmosome. They have intermediate filament, transmembrane, glycoprotein, that is cadherin. They form plaque-like structure. This is the intracellular space between the two plasma membrane of different cells. Adjacent plasma membrane, one cell and cell 2, right? This is the adherens junction. See, you can see the difference here. These are the intermediate filaments, but here they are forming a network-like structure, and this is because of the actin filaments present here. They also form plaques, but the filaments are actin. Cadherin is also present in the intracellular space. Now here is the hemidesmosomes. So these two are between two different cells. They are making cell-cell junction, but hemidesmosomes is making cell to extracellular junction. Okay, so they are giving strength to the cell by attaching them to the extracellular space. So here integrin is present and they are helping to join the plaque to basal lamella. Okay, so let's see the difference between hemidesmosomes and desmosomes. Hemidesmosome is a specialization of plasma membrane of an epithelial cell that is similar to half a desmosome and serves to connect the basal surface of the cell at the basement membrane. And desmosome is the cell membrane, especially of an epithelial cell, that serves as a zone of adhesion to anchor continuous cell together. Hemidesmosomes occur in keratinocytes. Desmosomes occur in tissues that experience intense mechanical stress. Hemidesmosomes are multi-protein complex that facilitate stable adhesions of basal epithelial cells to the underlying basement membrane, like BP230, BP180, integrin, plaquetin. But desmosomes made up of distinct cadherin and plaque-associated complexes, that is desmoglein, desmocholine, right, forming in the cytoplasm and delivered into the region of cell-cell contact for final assembly. Hemidesmosomes involved in the mechanical stability of cell, and desmosomes maintain tissue architect and provide sites for the binding of intermediate filament. Hemidesmosomes attach keratinocytes to the extracellular matrix, and desmosomes attach cell-to-cell contact. Hemidesmosomes use integrins and desmosomes use desmogleins and desmocholine. So this is about the anchoring junction. I hope that you find this video very informative, and if you like the video and if you want such kind of videos in your future also, please like, subscribe and share our video. See you in the next video. Bye.